2002 through 2011 Toyota 2.4 liter engine spark plug replacement. I'm Brian Nessa from How to Automotive. I'm going to walk you through the steps for replacing the spark plugs on this 2.4 liter engine. You'll find this engine in the Camry, the Corolla, the RAV4, the Scion, and a handful of other Toyota model cars. Okay, to get started, we're going to remove the top engine cover just by removing the 10mm bolt here. This one's actually broken, but there'll be one here, and then these are pressed onto studs underneath, so you lift, pull, and pull. So now you need to remove the coils. You can push inwards and then push this little tab down and then pull the electrical connector off. But I found over the years that these Toyota connectors can be really fragile, and this little tab will snap off, and then there's nothing actually holding it on. You have to buy a new connector. So what I like to do is just take out the 10mm bolts here and then lift all four of the coils up at the same time and kind of just lay them back here. And when you get them all unbolted, you'll just lift them all straight up and just kind of set them back. Now if you find the oil on these boots here, that means that the valve covers, the seals here inside here are leaking, and you need to replace the valve cover gasket. Okay, now at least a 6-inch 3/8 drive extension, a standard 5/8 spark plug socket, and a ratchet. And I like to take all spark plugs in and out by hand, especially on aluminum cylinder heads. If you take them out with power tools like air ratchets and stuff like that, you can easily pull the threads out of the cylinder head, and with that becomes bigger problems. So go ahead and just crack them free. So I'm filming with one hand, so what I like to do is hold up the ratchet here and kind of stabilize it, and use my other opposite hand to pull the handle, crack it free. That way you don't snap the spark plug off, so you kind of stabilize it, hold it straight up and down as you loosen it. So I'm going to be installing Denso spark plugs. I will link these up in the description of the video. That way if you need to pick them up, you can grab those. And so one of the things I want to show you is you don't need to gap these platinum spark plugs. The gaps are preset, so if you look at it and you find that the gap is bent in or really flared out, then I recommend you return the spark plug and get a new set. So now I just inserted the spark plug back into the socket. Now I'm going to run it down into the cylinder head. I'm not going to put any anti-seize or anything on it. On this particular car, it didn't come with it. And some manufacturers use it, some don't. On this particular model, it didn't, so I'm not going to reuse it. I'm just going to put it in just like this. So I'm going to run it in the hole all the way until it bottoms out and touches this little washer. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten it a quarter turn or so more, and just until you feel this little washer right here kind of crush down a little bit. So it doesn't have to be super tight, because you can pull the threads out of the cylinder head. So you want to run it down until it's snug, and then about a quarter turn or so turn more. It's kind of a feel thing. You'll feel this kind of crush and stop turning. I ran it into it snug, and what I like to do is support it with one hand here and hold it straight. And you're just going to turn it to you'll feel it kind of crushing down, and that's about it. After installing all four of the spark plugs and tightening them down, now you can go ahead and put the coils back in, and you can go ahead and reinstall your coils. Down, start the bolts and tighten those up. Just tighten them until they're snug. Take your top engine cover, line it back over the studs, and then the rubber grommets just push onto the studs there and there. So you'll line everything up and then tighten it up. So I'll link up in the description of the video the spark plug socket extensions and the ratchet along with the spark plugs for this motor. And that'll complete the job of replacing the spark plugs on a 2.4 liter Toyota engine. I'm Brian Nessa from How to Automotive. I'd like to thank you guys for watching my videos. Encourage you to subscribe. Invite you to head over to the howtoautomotive.com website for more valuable videos like this. Thank you again for watching.